Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the city of Louisville is in a state of shock after an act of violence takes the lives of 5 people and injures several others. And in a jailhouse interview, a Powell County man describes the moments leading to a stabbing that killed one person as he waits for his day in court.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Chas Gayhart. It is 5:59 on Tuesday, April 11th. Let's go over and check in with Brandon on a pretty calm day.
Yep, a little chilly out there this morning. Otherwise, it's looking pretty good. Let's head on over to Southwest Virginia. UVA at Wise, one of our cooler spots this morning, but they're still at 39. Just down the road from them, 34 Grundy, now 33 in Clintwood and 34 in Jonesville. Everybody else, upper 30s, low to mid 40s to upper 40s to right around 50 degrees out there this morning. Now, this afternoon, we're heading into the 70s, low to mid 70s out there. Lots of sunshine. Literally just changed on there. So we're going to continue to see again possibilities for some excuse me, got choked there for a second. Some warmer air coming into place later today. But one thing I can tell you for sure we're going to have again today, abundant sunshine. Chas? Thanks,
Brandon. At least 5 people are dead following a mass shooting at a Louisville bank. Late last night, police confirmed Dina Eckert died from her injuries. Earlier in the day, they confirmed Tommy Elliott, Jim Tutt, Josh Barrick, and Juliana Farmer were all killed in the shooting. They say the suspect shooter, 25-year-old Connor Sturgeon, opened fire at Old National Bank. He was an employee, and police say he's live streamed the attack. Chad Hedrick has more from Louisville, where a community is in mourning.
A community in mourning after 5 people were killed and 8 injured in a mass shooting at Old National Bank in downtown Louisville Monday.
Today is a tragic day in Louisville and for the entire Commonwealth of Kentucky. Acts of violence like this hurt. They tear at the fabric of who we are.
At Holy Trinity Catholic Church, friends and family grieving a personal loss. Josh Barrick, a father of 2 young girls, was a parishioner here.
Yes, his life was taken too young and too tragic. But for whatever reason, our Lord was ready for him.
Among the mourners, Whitney Austin, a survivor of a 2018 mass shooting in Cincinnati, who lives in Louisville.
I was in a state of disbelief, just not believing that it was actually a mass shooting happening in my city. But then there were enough reports to know that this was really happening, and then my thoughts went toward the families.
Austin was shot 12 times in a shooting at Fifth Third Center in downtown Cincinnati. Since that day, she's dedicated her life to making change with her organization, Whitney Strong.
We have areas of focus that include education, bipartisan-led legislation, as well as funding research to help prevent gun violence.
Governor Andy Beshear is mourning not just as leader of Kentucky, but on a personal level. He says victim Tommy Elliott was a close friend.
Tommy Elliott helped me build my law career, helped me become governor, gave me advice on being a good dad. He's one of the people I talk to most in the world, and very rarely were we talking about my job.
While a community, families, and friends begin to process these unimaginable losses, activists like Austin hope to see action.
We can either be on the side of, well, this is just what life is like in America, or we can be on the side of, we can come together, we can find solutions to prevent this.
Yesterday, Governor Beshear said the time will come for policy discussion, but right now it's about the victims and their families. Of the ones who were injured, one is police officer Nicholas Wilt. He's 26 years old, and he was just sworn in on March 31st. Wilt was shot in the head and has undergone brain surgery. Police say his actions on Monday undoubtedly saved lives. President Joe Biden is calling on Congress to act in the wake of the shooting. The president tweeted a message Monday afternoon saying, quote, "Once again, our nation mourns after a senseless act of gun violence. Jill and I pray for the lives lost and impacted by today's shooting. Too many Americans are paying the price for inaction with their lives. When will Republicans in Congress act to protect our communities?" End quote. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell also reacted to the shooting in Louisville. Senator McConnell sent out this message on Twitter Monday morning. He said, quote, "Elaine and I are devastated by the news coming out of Louisville this morning. Thank you to LMPD and our first responders for your bravery at the scene. We send our prayers to the victims, their families, and the city of Louisville as we await more information." And Governor Andy Beshear has ordered that flags at state buildings be lowered to half-staff to honor the victims. Several Kentucky lawmakers are also offering their condolences, including Senate President Robert Stivers, who commended law enforcement who ended, quote, "an obviously deranged individual shooting spree," end quote. And after the deadly ambush in the Allen community of Floyd County last summer, law enforcement in Louisville were the first to lend a helping hand. Now the Floyd County Sheriff's Department is expressing their condolences to the Louisville officers. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox talked with the Floyd County Sheriff about how Floyd County's important relationship with Louisville law enforcement.
In June 2022, 3 officers and a K-9 were killed in a Floyd County shooting. And while it does not compare to the loss of life, 6 vehicles were destroyed as well. Although they could not bring back the fallen officers, the first offer of help from another law enforcement agency came from Louisville.
It's other places like our bigger cities, we call them bigger brothers, who reached out to us and said, I'll take care of you, I'll give you what I've got, and I'll get you on your feet. And that's what Louisville did to us.
The Jefferson County Sheriff's Department lended 3 police vehicles. Floyd County Sheriff John Hunt says they still use them today.
We still got those vehicles. Obviously, when our incident happened, we lost about 6 vehicles, and Jefferson County was the first one. John Aubrey, the sheriff, who said, you know, "You're not alone in this, we're with you."
Hunt described seeing messages about the Louisville shooting as gut-wrenching, especially after what his department went through last summer. Hunt previously served as a state trooper in the Louisville area.
Yeah, I spent a year and a half in Louisville. In E-Town at the E-Town State Police Post. So we went into Jefferson County. So those men and women with LMPD, you know, we work closely with as a trooper, and man, it's just heartbreaking to see what they're going through.
Hunt says the response by those he served with was heroic.
To take care of action as soon as they got there and engage in the shooter and eventually, obviously, put him out of commission was good.
Through tragedies, police in Kentucky are showing their unity. In Floyd County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Sheriff John Hunt also said they are slowly rebuilding after the Allen shooting, saying they now have 2 K-9 officers. And this tragic event was not the only shooting that took place in Louisville yesterday. There was another one at the Jefferson Community and Technical College. Police found 2 people shot outside. One man died at the scene while one woman was taken to U of L Hospital. The extent of her injuries is not known. Yesterday, JCTC announced in a statement saying its campuses were closed for the day and the shooting happened outside a campus building. One person was flown out for treatment after being shot in the leg at a gas station in Harlan County. KSP Trooper Shane Jacobs posted on Facebook the incident occurred at the Sunoco gas station in Everts. Officers say the shooting was an isolated incident that happened between 2 men who were arguing in the parking lot of the gas station. 32-year-old Gerald Smith of Harlan was arrested and charged with first-degree assault. He was taken to the Harlan County Detention Center. 21-year-old Braden Shanks of Everts was flown to Johnson City Medical Center in Tennessee with non-life-threatening injuries. A Powell County man charged with murder talked with WYMT's Phil Pendleton from behind bars. Devin Hall is accused of stabbing Jason Smith during the weekend. Police say he was just released from jail in the past week. Hall says he just snapped when Smith and his ex-girlfriend came to his home.
They pulled up before I did. So they was already there. They was sitting outside whenever I pulled up from work. And the way they was talking and stuff, my life's over. There ain't nothing coming. As long as I don't have them girls in my life, I have no life.
Police also arrested 56-year-old Tanya McKinney. She's charged with tampering with evidence, abuse of a corpse, and complicity. A woman has died following an explosion at a mobile home in Mingo County, West Virginia. The Kermit Assistant Fire Department says Sandra K. Coleman died Saturday. She was receiving treatment at a hospital with severe burns after the explosion on March 29th. The fire marshal says the fire has been ruled undetermined because of the significant damage. The fire department says the explosion was so powerful it sent glass from the trailer into the baseball parking lot across the street. And in eastern Kentucky, fire crews in Martin County worked to put out a fire at the Old County Courthouse Monday evening. Those with Inez Fire and Rescue say when they responded to the scene, they found fire venting from the second floor windows on the east side of the building. Officials say because of quick action, firefighters were able to contain the fire to where it began. They say 5 departments helped put out the fire, and thankfully the building was empty and no one was hurt.
.09 here on this Tuesday morning. We've been watching some clear skies across the region and some cool temperatures. Let's take you downtown Hazard from Triangle Park, and you see not a whole lot of action going on down there this morning from our Hazard Perry County tourism camera. It is chilly though. 34 Grundy, 35 in Clintwood, 34 in Jonesville, 50 in Jackson this morning, upper 40s there, Pikeville, Logan. See if there's anybody else out there. Mid 40s there in Moorhead. Low 40s out towards Somerset this morning. Day planner, a little bit chilly as we see temperatures climb quickly this afternoon thanks to that sunshine. Low to mid 70s by later today. Jess?
Thanks, Brandon. And thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up next, a Tennessee lawmaker is back in the State House. For now, after the votes ends a favor, as another lawmaker waits to see if he'll be returning as well. That's just ahead.